everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be comparing the new Series 7 Apple Watch versus the Fitbit Charge 5 and give you a comparison from a fitness perspective. So there are some pros and cons to both of these, and I have my phone here because I wrote down a whole bunch of lists comparing the two, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you which one would I recommend the most when working out. So let's first start by how do these two hold up with exercising. So, and I'm going to show some clips too so you can see. One thing I noticed when doing workouts is the Apple Watch and the Fitbit didn't always match. Meaning the Apple Watch would say my heart rate was 160, and then the Fitbit would say my heart rate is 130. I'm like, I don't know why the difference of that. Or the Apple Watch would say that I burned 300 calories for the workout. The Fitbit might say 250. At the end of the day, the Apple Watch would tell me I got 8,000 steps, where the Fitbit said I got 12,000 steps. So that was a little worrisome. I'm like, why the difference? Honestly, I trust the Apple Watch a little bit more for being more accurate than the Fitbit. So I noticed the Fitbit was a little off than the Apple Watch. Now sometimes they were accurate, like meaning not accurate, but they were on the same page. Like I could be doing a workout, they have the exact same heart rate, exact same calorie burn, but I noticed consistently wearing them, they gave me two different answers. And if I were to pick which one I trusted a little bit more, I would say the Apple Watch, mainly because like the Fitbit, one day it said I got 10,000 steps and I needed, let's just say I needed like 500 more steps, but I was laying in bed just moving, and I got a notification that I got my goal, but I wasn't actually walking. So that told me, okay, the Fitbit might not always be, it might be not always accurate, it might be a little bit off. So that's one thing that I noticed with these two. Also, when it comes to working out, the Apple Watch has more workouts that you can choose from. So when you want to record your workout, the Apple Watch has close to, I think, 20, maybe more workouts that you can choose from. Whereas when I'm using the Fitbit, it only gave me like 7 options. So like, for example, when I was at the gym and I did the elliptical, they didn't have They didn't have option for the elliptical. So I had to choose one of the options from the list, whereas the Apple Watch it has from, you know, you can be roller skating to, you know, elliptical to weights to yoga to, you know, rowing a boat. I mean, it has so much more options when you choose to recording your workout than the Fitbit. So that was a little bit disappointing that it didn't have more workouts to choose. I was trying to see if the app maybe had where you can add it, but I couldn't find it. They both have where you can get like a premium membership to have like guided workouts. So the Apple Watch has the Apple Fitness Plus. If you do get a new Apple Watch, like I got this new Series 7, I went from a 7 to the 3, which I'll be doing a comparison with those two soon in a later video. They gave me, I believe, 3 months free of the Apple Fitness Plus subscription, which is nice. And then the Fitbit has one, it's called a guided workout program. It's called their Premium Fitness. think both of these are like $10 a month if you want those extra workouts. I honestly, I have used them, but I don't use them on a regular basis, primarily because I am a certified personal trainer. So I program my own workouts, or I look at other trainers that I know and not the ones on the apps. But they are good. I'm not gonna say that they aren't. I like the Apple Fitness Plus. I like that they have options for beginners, for the elderly, for pregnant women. It gives you a whole bunch of options. Whereas the Fitbit, it does have some guided programs, but not like Apple Fitness Plus. With the Fitbit, Will Smith is an endorser for them, so that's what made me get curious, like, oh, let me check out. I do a comparison for the Fitbit because I haven't used a Fitbit in a while, in some years. I started wearing Fitbits when I first started getting active, and then I switched to the Apple Watch. And so I saw that Will Smith, you know, he's trying to get healthy again, he's trying to get in shape, and he was endorsing like the Fitbits. So I'm like, okay, let me do a little comparison and see how Fitbit has changed over the years. And so I would say though, when it comes to the guided programs, the Apple Watch is going to have to take the win for that one. Also, when it comes to workouts, I would say I did actually, because I do primarily lift weights. And sometimes when I lift weights with my exercise gloves, it pauses my fitness on my Apple Watch. Like if I'm doing a certain exercise, it will press against the watch and my workout will pause. And I'm like, I don't want you to do that. Or press Siri and I have to like untap it. Whereas I guess because this is a little bit slimmer and not as thick, I did not have that problem with wearing the Fitbit. And that's actually a really annoying thing. I hate when I'm lifting weights so that happens. So with actually having this Fitbit was so much better when it came to lifting weights. So for that, with lifting weights and wearing gloves, particularly when you have to wear gloves, Fitbit takes the win for that one. I also want to note one thing I like with the Apple Watch when it comes to exercising is that if you have the updated iOS 15, you can put focus mode on your devices, and if you have an iPhone, Apple Watch, iPad, Mac, it connects to all your devices. So if I put focus mode on my phone, it's going to automatically do focus mode on my watch and other Apple products. So you'll see in this video what I'm talking about with the focus mode. Which is nice is I still have fitness mode on. So automatically when I don't even have to press anything. I have it set up where if I start a workout, fitness modes come on. It's basically a do not disturb. Basically do not disturb. And when I'm done, when I end the workout, it automatically ends my fitness mode, my do not disturb, and it'll tell you your summary. While in fitness, these are the notifications that you missed. So I think that's a really, really nice feature of the new update with the iOS 15. So if you haven't updated, update your device because that's a really nice feature that they have with the focus mode. Now moving on to other features, they both have it where you can do competitions with your friends. So both the Apple Watch and the Fitbit have competitions. I'm not too sure because most of my friends have Apple Watches. I didn't try the Fitbit competition, so I'm not sure. When I did talk to someone who did have the Fitbit, they said they would do competition with who can have, you know, the most steps during the day. Apple Watch has it where closing out your rings. So, you know, how many calories did you burn? How long did you exercise in your stand goal? And whoever has the most, you have so many points you can get in a day. By the end of the week, whoever has the most points wins for the Apple Watch. And I think Fitbit is more so steps related with competitions, but it is nice that with both of them you can do competition with your friends. Now when it comes to goals, the Apple Watch has it where your goal for the day to get you moving is to close your calorie ring, to close your exercise ring, and to close your stand ring. And you can adjust like how many calories you want to burn through a day for your goal. I would say Apple had other goals you could do, because honestly the Fitbit, the goals that they have for you are how many steps you get during the day. Ideally, you know, they recommend like 10,000, but you can change it. They also have it where you can set up how many days a week you want to exercise. So Apple has it where they recommend like 30 minutes of exercise a day. If you do that, you close out your ring. Versus the Fitbit is how many days, not how long you did it, but how many days you do during the week. I do wish that the Apple Watch had it, because I do like hitting my step goal, and I love that about the Fitbit, that that's a goal that you can achieve. And I really hate that Apple doesn't let you customize your goals besides calories. I really wish I could add like how many steps I can do in a day as a goal, but they don't give me that option. But Fitbit does, so I do like that. They both have it where if you're not moving within 50 minutes, the Apple Watch is going to notify you time to stand at like 150 or 250. At that 50-minute mark, it'll let you know. And the Fitbit is the same thing. It won't say time to stand, but it'll say get moving at that 50-minute mark if you have not been moving for a consistent 50 minutes. The Apple Watch, if you move about 30 seconds, stand up and start moving for 30 seconds, it'll go away. Fitbit, it says like out of 250, whatever that means. But if I notice if I was continually moving for about 2 to 3 minutes, then the ring closed for the get moving. So that's the goals that you can set and closing out your rings, which I think it is nice. It is fun. It makes me feel accountable, like, oh, it's 6 o'clock and I haven't closed my exercise ring. Let me get moving. So I do like those little reminders because it keeps me accountable and helps me stay active throughout the day. Now with the Apple Watch, you can see how many steps you are taking through the day. It just, Apple Watch doesn't care if you got 5,000 or 20,000 steps. You're not going to get a goal close for that. They both also have badges that you can earn, and I'll show you in this clip. So they have monthly, so Apple Watch does like monthly challenges. If you win competitions, both with the Fitbit and Apple Watch, you'll get badges. If you accomplish a goal of closing out a ring for both of them, you will earn a badge. So I think that's really nice that they both have that. Now moving on to sleep. Now, the Apple Watch as of recently has it where it does track your sleep. Now, if you have it on, the thing is, Because of the battery life, I typically want to wake up and my Apple Watch is full, and I just put it on and go about my day, so I don't always sleep with my Apple Watch. But because the battery life, so this is kind of like a sleep / battery life comparison. The battery life on this is so much better. This can last almost up to 7 days. I think on average it lasts about 5 to 6 days with me. I can sleep with it on at night and not have to worry about charging, which I love. Because the Apple Watch does a lot more tech-wise, probably why I can't last up to a week. So I didn't always sleep with it on. However, because this is the Series 7, they do have that new feature where they have fast charging. So you can literally plug this sucker up for like 8 minutes and it'll like give it enough juice to last throughout the night. So if I wanted to like charge it for a few minutes before I go to bed, I could. I just end up not doing it. And I do like with the Fitbit, it did track my sleep even if I took a nap. Whereas the Apple Watch, it only tracks it when I go to bed for the night because it knows my bedtime schedule. But if I was taking a nap, it really didn't track it, which I don't like. I like this one, it does track it. Now the only thing that the sleep wouldn't always come up for the Fitbit, meaning I'll look on my watch and I have my watch on the whole time and it didn't record my sleep like it's supposed to. And I constantly had to sync the app with my watch. And I'm like, why? So I didn't always get my sleep notifications, or I didn't always track it because there was an issue with syncing the app with my watch. I don't know why, but it did. So that's kind of like a downside. Even though it could track sleep with naps and going to bed, the app was tweaking on my end, so I didn't always get that data from the Fitbit. Now for my women out there, they both come with menstrual tracking. So if you want to track your menstrual cycle, both have that feature. Now in the Fitbit app itself, it already has a area for menstrual tracking. For the Apple Watch, it's not actually in the Apple Watch app, it's in the health app where you can track and keep up with your menstrual cycle. I do think the Apple Watch gives you a little bit more data when it comes to that than the Fitbit. Overall, I think these are really great. I'm trying not to make this video long because there are so many things that I noticed with both of them. The Apple Watch starts at $399 and the Fitbit Charge 5. This is the Charge 5. This is the latest charge that's out. This will run you $179. So here's my honest opinion, y'all. If you're watching this video and you don't have an iPhone, which I'm assuming if you're watching this Apple Watch versus the Fitbit, I'm assuming you have an iPhone, but let's just say you don't, then just get you a Fitbit because you have to have an iPhone to use an Apple Watch. I believe so. Unless they update it where you don't have to. But it always has been you have to have an iPhone to use an Apple Watch. Anywho, if you don't have an iPhone, get you the Fitbit. If you are on a budget, because $179 and $399 is a big difference. If you're on a budget, get you the Fitbit. If you are only getting this watch for fitness, because it has, both of these have other features like, you know, receiving text messages, phone calls, emails. They both give you that, but the Apple Watch goes way way more advanced than the Fitbit. But if you don't care about all them other features and you simply just want a watch to tell time and for tracking your fitness and you don't care about nothing else, get the Fitbit. Otherwise, to me, if you want one of the best fitness trackers, you know, you're not concerned about price, you want all the bells and whistles besides the fitness that the Apple Watch will give you, my go-to is going to be the Apple Watch. And honestly, if you use the Fitbit and then you start using the Apple Watch, I think you're going to like the Apple Watch a lot better. Now, if you've never used the Apple Watch and you just use the Fitbit, I think a Fitbit would do just fine. But once you compare the two, you're going to like the Apple Watch. Another thing I forgot to mention about the Fitbit when it comes to exercising, it has these different modes where it's like if you're exercising, it says you're in cardio mode, then it says you're in fat burning mode, and then you're in peak mode, and it constantly changes depending on your heart rate. That's actually quite annoying. Like if I'm doing like interval training and I'm like running real fast and go to walking, I don't care if I'm going through the different modes, going through the different levels, and it constantly gives you that notification on your wrist, and that's annoying. The Apple Watch, it just tells you, you know, calories burned, your heart rate, you know, your time. And so overall, I feel like it's a better user experience using the Apple Watch versus the Fitbit. But it all boils down to what's your price range, what are you getting it for. I think if you really are not concerned about everything else and you really just want a fitness tracker, a Fitbit is a good start. But if you do have that little extra money, I would say spend it and get you the Apple Watch. I was trying to not make this video too long, but those are my overall thoughts of the two fitness trackers. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and see you in the next video. And don't forget to please, it helps me, like this video, share it with your family and friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.